the Prison City Podcast. When the bars go up, you're officially locked in.
Folks, welcome to the Prison City Podcast. This is freaking crazy. We are now on the 27th episode of this show. It's been an amazing journey so far. We originally started out this show talking about the movie Enigma, which is a failed horror film that we had a long time ago. This December will actually be the 18th anniversary of that film. And so we're going to revisit Enigma, and we're going to do a live Mystery Science Theater commentary on Enigma tonight. And it's going to be really fucking interesting. You could watch the film with us and you can go through everything that fucking failed in the film. It's going to be a lot of fun. So just recap of last couple episodes. I'm talking a lot about dating, relationships, and shit like that. So I like to go through and just do a little bit of a recap of things we talked about in the past. We did the online escort scams last week, and it was fucking really good. Mahomes, I guarantee, would love to be on that show if he could have been on. 2 weeks ago, I did say 2 weeks ago, openly said that I was trying my hardest to stay single, and that is the breaking news tonight for me is I am giving up that fucking quest. And the reason is, I'm going forward. I'm not going to try to stay single or not try to date. I'm not trying anything anymore because here's what happened. And this thing reached kind of a climax this past week. So I'm going to break a few things here for you. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to say, the very specifics here, but a lot of people don't know. Basically, the last year or so, I have actually tried to repel women as hard as possible. And it has been very successful. A lot of fucking fun. But there are a couple things this past week where it's like, okay, it's time to hang up the cleats on this thing. So first of all, the boycott Patrick Cutler movement started from me trying to repel women. And it was very effective to actually get a boycott against. Most people would have stopped then. I kept going. So I'm going to go for a few details here in this past week or so. I had a girl that I found out that basically I was talking to back during the spring that basically started rumors that I was obsessed with her because essentially I refused to have sex with her. And that's where it's like, okay, that's a little fucking weird. And then I was in Pittsburgh here this past weekend to visit my kids and everything. And I get a message from, and we're hanging out. And the next day we're going to go to my son's flag football practice or whatever. And my ex-wife says, you can come by the house, or whatever. And then she sends me a message like, you can come by the house, hang out, just know nothing is going to happen. I'm like, what? Did she think I was going to show up the house and bend her over the fucking table and rape her in front of my fucking kids? It's just like, what are you fucking talking about? So it's like, it's kind of got to the point where I believe in energy goes out. What you put out goes back in. And if you're trying really hard to like do something like repel women or not be in a relationship, you're pushing a lot of fucking negative energy out there. So I'm going to cut all that bullshit. And with that said, I'm going to go to basically the biggest professional in the business for knowing how to stay single, Matthew Benjamin Freeze.
Yeah, thanks for that lovely intro. And yeah, I feel like I've been a pro at it for quite a while. So that's wise to you to come for me for advice.
All right. And now we go to, let's see, Matt, what do you have to say for the night?
Oh, Matt Cutler or me?
Matt Cutler,
there we go.
sorry.
Sorry. I was like, wait a minute. Why is he not stalking? Sorry. Go ahead.
Stalking or talking, Wyoming boy? Know what you're talking about? I think, Pat, you have all the good stories lately. I'm willing to hear more about them. Too bad we have this fucking gay ass show to watch, Enigma, so I can't hear more about this stupid shit that I can dwell on later. With that being said, welcome to the show, Matt Freeze. Love your work. Love you. Matt
Freeze is back. He came on. Fuck, you were the Enigma episode we did mid-season. Yeah. So we started out the first episode, we talked about Enigma and stuff, and then we actually did an Enigma episode. Yeah, I forgot about that. So that was the one you were on. So you're back.
Yeah, by popular demand, right?
Yeah. You're back because basically we really need to dissect Enigma and what went wrong, because that is the basis of this podcast. And I'll send it over to Mahomes. And what do you have to say about everything tonight?
Really excited to be back. I have my contract's up at 30 shows, so I'm excited to kind of get renegotiated there. I heard there's been a pretty heavy influx of money from a recent pizzeria sale, so just excited to get on the books. And Pat, congratulations on, it sounds like everything's going pretty well for you now.
Hey, thanks a lot, dude. You know, and it's kind of those things, you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. But to have a situation, you're basically refusing to have sex with people, and then they're accusing you of rape. It's a whole other level now, man.
Yeah, it's not hard for me to believe that you were able to get it to such a level. I'll say that.
Like with everything, I like to take everything to the next level, and the boycott for most people would have never even happened, but I decided to keep going after that. And here's where we are at this crossroads now to get back to the positive energy, and whatever happens. We're going to get the fucking movie Redgate in theaters. It's going to be huge. Kelly, take it away now. And what do you think about it? Oh, gosh dang it. Here you go. Oops. What the fuck just happened? Are you unmuted, Kelly?
Now, am I unmuted?
Oh, yeah, now you are. You're good. All right.
Well, yeah, our internet's going a lot better over here, but it always cuts out during my opening, so I'm just going to beat the computer to the punch and say that monkeys have coconuts, and
Nice.
Good for you, Pat.
Dude, you're like that. Was that a commercial where it cuts out a bunch where they're on the cell phones or whatever? Is that it's not Verizon, it's all
Yeah,
time.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear me? The one where they had one with Tom Brady and Gronkowski recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the name of that stadium in Seattle. That's what it is. T-Mobile. There we go. T-Mobile.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. T-fucking
Or the
Mobile.
arena in Las Vegas as well.
I just want to say
yeah.
welcome, Freeze. Back
Thanks.
to the show. I just got a quick story. And, your highlight tape, I was watching with Jim last night after several beers, and you were the quarterback, obviously. You take off running, and you ran 30 yards. And he's like, holy shit, who the fuck was that? And I'm like, that's Matt Freeze. And he just looks at me and goes, what happened?
That's fair. I can't even, that's fair criticism.
Good to have you back, Freeze.
Yeah, good to have you back. Let's get into things here tonight. With Enigma, this is the film that, for most of you that don't know what Enigma was, this is one of our first attempts, very first attempt to make a full-length feature film. I still think, Kelly, the first attempt we actually made at the full-length feature film was a VHS Jason Voorhees film. Remember that? It was like 30 fucking minutes long. I think this was the first attempt where we organized actors and actresses and rearranged the Pizza Hut schedule for Freeze. And by the way, Pizza Hut no longer exists because it fucked Enigma. Pretty soon, the Montana State Prison will no longer exist along with it. Right, Mahomes?
Wow. We made it. What did we make it? 6 minutes into the podcast? I'm actually thought I'd go a little longer, or I got blamed for it. But okay. All right.
I mean, like you said, negative energy out, negative energy back, So, yeah, no doubt.
Freeze, you wouldn't give up your Pizza Hut schedule to make a movie with us. We just sold an entire pizza restaurant to make movies. So that's dedication.
It is.
We literally came in and invented a restaurant to take Pizza Hut out of business because of what they did at Enigma.
Yeah, and it's even more surprising that I didn't. And Mahoney, I think you know all about this, considering all of that sweet Cutler cash they were willing to give their actors.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Like, once you get in with them, man, like all the shows and stuff people do, like they pay well, for sure.
She was my first Asian.
God, yeah, I'm definitely gonna get laid after the show.
I said you have to be black to get paid. That's the thing.
I like how Matt just immediately goes homophobic and racial just to get things started.
Hey, did you Emma, what do you think of my intro to when Mike Freeze had his buddy, that Colonel or whatever, Munoz on here? I basically just said, what the Do you think 9/11 was a conspiracy or something? What the hell did I say right at the bat?
No, I mean, I'm not surprised. Yeah, you came in pretty hot with I think it was 9/11. Yeah.
It was something like that. So was that a gigantic hoax or what? I don't know what you're saying exactly, but I think we should have every special guest we have. Anyways, let's move on here because this is a really good movie. I think you guys are really going to enjoy. There's actually the funniest thing about Enigma is the pissed off documentary I made about it is actually longer than the actual film itself.
I kind of want to watch that one tonight, like Enigma Reloaded, right?
We could. Hilarious. The only reason it doesn't work for this show is because like it already is a commentary thing, so it's not like there's no point in commentary on a documentary unless we're really fucking bored.
Oh.
Yeah. I was actually thinking you're going to record this and then we're going to commentate on this podcast next week.
The commentation.
Hey, can someone tie him to a pole and beat the fuck out of him already?
Jeez. Matt with the homophobic stuff again.
Yeah. Hey, take it as you will.
I'm gonna guess most people aren't gonna take it that well. If I just,
I like how Matt opens with some homophobic statements, and he's the only one with a Music Man poster in his screen.
Hey, Kelly, talk about prison pizza. When do we open our own prison in Durlodge and run the Montana State Prison out?
I'm currently working on it. Yeah. Well, I haven't told anybody, but this isn't actually a house we're building down here in this place. We're actually building a prison. They're putting 3 jail cells to get us running. Dean Kippenham, yeah, he's going to build us an entire fucking prison. And maybe, Mahoney, if your dad's lucky, we'll give him the janitor position.
I can tell you, I don't think he'd want it.
Hey, so before we start the film, there's 3 main reasons that this film failed. Number 1 was Matt Freese's Pizza Hut schedule, so Pizza Hut in general. Number 2 was the Montana State Prison, and you know what? Number 3 actually was. It was 0 to hero. Hero to 0.
0 the hero.
Zero there.
Oh, Marty's dad?
Marty's dad. Those are the
Nice reference. I'm embarrassed it took me that long.
Yeah, but it was weird back then. Basically the only underage person we could have out filming late at night was Marianne. But anyways, without further ado, you guys want to check out the Enigma episode with Freeze. It was a long time ago. It probably has 2 views on it. Check that out. Get a recap of the Enigma itself. But we're gonna start this movie now, right now, and basically this is our first attempt at a full-length feature film. We were borrowing a camera from a guy. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna fake the name because people are gonna say it anyways. His name was John Snell. He was really cool. Smell. He ran Radio Shack in town. He let us borrow a really nice digital video camera at the time. It was probably $3,000 or $4,000 camera at the time, and that one of the issues was we only had it for certain amounts of time. We only had Freeze for certain amounts of time during his Pizza Hut schedule. And yeah, there was a lot of things. and one last time, Matt Freeze's Pizza Hut schedule.
I like how all this goes back to, we opened Prison Pizza. Pizza Hut goes out of business. Then like 6 months later, we're twiddling our thumbs like, well, what do we do now? We achieved our goal.
We achieved our goal in life. We achieved our goal in life. Shut up.
And now, somehow, in a fucked up way, Pizza Hut's going to fund our future movies because of all that shit that went down with Enigma. So thank you, Pizza Hut and Matt Freeze.
Hey, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, we're still not paying you. Anyways, Pat.
Yeah. So it was a gauntlet. We had to run here. This is a crazy story because looking back at it now, it's a little bit crazy that we actually got permission from the Montana State Prison to film on Montana State Prison property, which is given to basically fucking nobody. Even a Hollywood production would be told no to that. What happened in the middle of the film is we kind of lost access to it, you might say. And that made the film a little bit harder to change the script on the fly and the different things or whatever. But there's a lot of fucking moving parts. I mean, we didn't have to film on Montana State Prison land, but we just had the opportunity to, so we said fuck it, let's do it. But anyways, With that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's start tonight's first ever live screening of Enigma Online. Correct me if I'm wrong here, guys, and I'll get this Mahones too. I believe the first screening that I actually saw personally, I was in North Dakota going to college. For my Christmas present, Kelly actually gave me a copy of Enigma because I didn't know it was done or not. And I believe the first screening we ever had was in Freeze's basement. And I don't think Mahomes was there for some reason.
No, I can't remember why. I didn't see it until the first time I saw it was in my basement, actually.
Okay.
So I'm not sure why I wasn't there. I don't know. Must have been some sort of like family trip or some shit that was going on.
Hey, again, you're doing college football, pretending to be an athlete and stuff. And
yeah.
It
For sure.
was probably Christmas Day. I was like, why the fuck aren't you here, Mahoney? It's Christmas morning at 9.
To tell you the truth, I actually think, Kelly, I unwrapped that present Christmas Eve, and I think we just went right to Freeze's basement, to tell you the truth. How do you remember it, Freeze?
Yeah.
Well, I remember watching it, and I remember the minute it ended, I strongly considered dropping out of college because it was like, we made it. We made it. We're going to be rich.
Oh, so you were like just dumb as fuck in high school?
I remember watching it, and first of all, I hate my fucking self so bad for writing the character John. I wrote this character for myself, and we started filming this movie. This is, and Freeze says it when the unedited scenes where in the Reloaded, he's like, these lines are fucking stupid. It's like, yeah, I know. No shit. Like, I hated it.
When your director's going, yeah, I know, this is fucking stupid.
Why are we doing this?
So this is the impact Enigma's had in my life. Years later, when he did another horror film, which is going to be really fucking good, Redgate, I intentionally wrote the least amount of lines possible to the entire second half is like ad lib, because I hated my lines I wrote for this film so fucking bad.
Well, I'll say we give Enigma a lot of shit, obviously, but I was loaned it up, a couple hours ago to get ready for this podcast, and Tanner was down here, and Tanner had the headphones on. I was just playing it, and then we watched like a minute of it, and then I stopped it, and I'm like, hey, let's go upstairs. And I said, you want to watch that later? Just kind of joke with him. He's like, oh no, that looks too scary. So, I mean, that is a compliment coming from a 5-year-old, if nothing else.
Yeah.
That 5-year-old's about as smart as I was when I thought I was going to drop out of college, I guess.
Another part is like that scene that Freeze said these lines are fucking stupid on. I was kind of pissed. I got back from college and Kelly cut that scene from the movie. It's like, dude, that sets up a bunch of shit or whatever. I mean, you don't notice watching it, but I fucking love the basketball scenes. We did the reloaded version of Enigma. I added in that basketball scene. You don't see it tonight.
Yeah. Well, you say I cut that from the film because Freeze said these lines are fucking stupid. And I was like, okay, I'll show you stupid. And I cut out, 20% of his character because that scene wasn't in it. Like, fuck you.
Patrick, the only reason you added the basketball scenes in Reloaded was because there's basically like 10 minutes of you whooping my ass on the basketball court.
So the funny thing is like that basketball, Mahomes was there. We're using the wireless mics. I remember we pulled up in Mahomes' truck, and that scene was the actual first scene we shot for the movie. If you guys remember that.
And, so you had like super good like mics and stuff, and you had like us get up close and get all the sound effects and shit, when we were actually kind of taking it serious early on,
Yeah. Everybody should watch Enigma Reloaded, the documentary. We make fun of a lot of stuff. But yeah, there is, I kept the clip of Freeze in there where he's like, we're practicing lines. And for some reason, Mahomes was in charge of the wireless line. He was like the crew guy. And we're kind of recording still live for some reason. We're just talking about the notes. And you can hear Freeze like say the lines like, who the fuck would say that's stupid? That's just dumb.
Can you imagine if this was like an actual Hollywood movie, like Titanic, and they're filming, then halfway through, like the bloody bagman mark, turned into Albert. So halfway through, they're just like, okay, Leo didn't show up today. We're going to have the captain play in a couple scenes for him.
We should have worked in some of the dialogue in it to make sense of that. I'd be like, bloody bagman, you grew like 4 inches How did that happen? There's just something in the middle of the movie.
Hey, the bloody Safeway bag guy. That goes scariest horror character ever.
Yeah, you don't want any part of the bloody head Safeway bag guy.
And we didn't even actually put blood in that mask or that bag. That was just the blood off the chicken that we had ordered in June.
Like, the funniest thing is, like, so all of us are on stage doing comedies and stuff, and all of us are like really good, like me, Kelly, Matt, and Mahone stuff, acting and stuff. I still don't know why did we cast Mahones as the horror movie, the horror creep guy? Like, why did we do that?
Yeah.
I just think the producers thought he was going to be too funny on film, so we said we got to hide that face and hide that voice.
And I think back then you didn't give a shit too much. It's almost like, hey, Mahoney, you want to be the killer in this horror movie?
I think,
yeah, sure. Why not?
He's in like he's like in 2% of the movie. Like, he could have been used so much better in other places.
My favorite fucking scene when Mahoney and he got an Enigma reloaded. So he's walking through the woods in the middle of the dark, and he's got.
Don't be giving away plot points. Don't be giving away plot points.
No, hold on. No. This ain't no plot point. Anyway, it might be on the film, but it's cut out. He's walking through the dark with the bag over his head. And he's like, "Okay, I can't fucking see anything."
Like, what do you
time he talks?
Do we seriously do that as a joke? The cast members. What do you think of being cast as that the horror bad guy that's in 2% of the movie?
Well, like, I thought it was going to be cool at first, and then I saw the costume, and I was like, all right, this is like a prank for sure. Like, this isn't. You're not going to actually, like, people suffocate to death with plastic bags on their head, right?
No, it'll be safe. We'll put some liquid in there too.
Plus, it's covered with blood. Okay. Oh, God.
I honestly, I can't remember why, but I think the reasoning behind all that was that I was directing the film. So it's like, I also wanted to be in it. So the Jeremy character is a lot better for me because you're on the screen for a couple minutes and then you're gone. And I just think that, like, okay, I don't want to put that shit on and then still have to turn around and direct and handle all the other shit. I think it was something like that.
Yeah, another funny thing is, I don't. Freeze had like almost no acting experience whatsoever. Why was he even in the film?
Right.
We needed that dirty pizza
with him on weekends.
No, because I'll tell you why he was in the film, because I wanted the show on tape, me kicking his ass in basketball.
That had nothing to do with the movie. You filmed that months previous and found a way to get it in.
I know. All right, we gotta start this thing.
Well, if you actually think about it, Freeze was in all kinds of our. Sorry, I think I cut it, but Freeze was in all kinds of our movies growing up.
Yeah.
Little kid movies and Freddy Krueger and all that. Like, he was in all kinds of those. So I don't think it was like that crazy to put him in a movie.
No, I guess
you guys probably started talking about it during a Who's Line, and they were like, "Oh shit, he's here! Hey, you want to be in a movie?" It's probably something like that.
I forget, that is true. He was in a lot of our homemade movies, and a lot of them were like horror movies. The ones he was in usually were like horror type movies. So yeah, I guess that is a good point there. So let's get this pig started. The opening scene. One of the actresses isn't here. I don't know why she would be, but Jenny, whatever her last name is now, she was Kelly's girlfriend at the point, and Kelly got her. So her acting, honestly, was not very good at all, but we needed to attract a female to run through the woods, and she had no lines whatsoever. So that's where we start this chase here today, guys. Opening scene with her. That opening scene might be the best written scene in the entire film, to tell you the truth. And still, we had some weird fucking blood issues. Matt was a blood guy at the time. He's way better now, but he had a blood cloth or something they're trying to hold on a machete onto her leg, and I don't know what the fuck it was supposed to be, to tell you the truth.
Blood rag, not a blood clot, if anybody heard that wrong.
So before we get in, and you're going to see this in the opening scene, so before we go into that, let's just go over that really quick, Matt. What was that supposed to be exactly when you created that thing?
I don't know, really. I think
it's supposed to be your skin. It's supposed to be your skin.
Was it? Okay.
All right. all right, fucker, did he ask me the question or you? Yeah, no, I think it was like, yeah, what he said, like more of a sponge type skin thing. So you push the machete blade against it, and blood was supposed to run out of it.
Yeah. So
But,
what happened was it ended up flopping. It looked like a fucking hockey puck almost, like on her skin. Like you're like
yeah,
flopping.
and somehow that made the final cut of the movie. You could see
Yeah.
that a little bit. Like,
So you're gonna watch.
fuck is that thing?
Yeah, you're gonna watch this opening. Yeah, none of us were really at 100% accuracy with this film, especially the blood guy. But the blood guy was
starting from the beginning with like the trailer, or are we starting? Is there like a minute?
We're gonna start with the trailer here. So we're gonna start this here right now, and just once again to go through everything. Matt Cutler was the official blood effects guy. I was the actor because back then, the lead actor, because back then, me and Kelly's idea was to copy Army of Darkness or Evil Dead, where Kelly was going to be the director, filmmaker type guy, and I was going to be the main actor. And things after this film, they changed radically. Not does anybody did a bad job or anything, but it was just kind of passions kind of went different directions here. So I was an actor. I was co-wrote this with Kelly. It was half it was written by me, half was written by Kelly. The character John I developed, which I fucking hated later on in life, and I actually hated once I started acting the character John. I fucking hated everything that I wrote on paper. Big lesson there. Kelly though was a co-writer and director. Mahomes got casted as the lead bad guy, which still not sure why we did that.
And don't forget special assistant sound as well.
Oh yeah, and Mahomes worked. So Mahomes, who acted a bunch with us, basically was the main crew guy the entire film. And then you have Freeze, who again, Kelly justified it. He was in a lot of VHS films we did back in the day, so it was easy to insert Freeze in there. Plus, I knew again, I know he was pretty available to do film beyond his Pizza Hut schedule, folks. So
he was pretty available, except all those times he wasn't available.
All right, let's fucking start this thing, folks. We've covered everything we could possibly cover. What we're doing tonight is we're going to play this from our different computers and everything, and I'm going to dub over the actual copy of the film when this production is released. Anybody watching via audio to this podcast, you're going to want to watch the YouTube video of Enigma when you watch this, because seeing the video helps a lot to actually see what we're doing in this horror film. This was this is one of our first attempts at a film, and this led to 18 years later, here we are doing our second horror film that's going to be fucking massively huge. And it all started with Enigma. So, everybody sitting down. Anybody need to take a pee break or anything? Or are we ready to roll?
Let's do it. Count us in.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go. 45 straight minutes of the failed horror film Enigma, co-written by Patrick and Kelly Cutler, directed by Kelly, starring Patrick Cutler, Matt Freeze, Mark Mahoney, and a slew of other people. Camera lent by Jon Snow. All right, guys, here we go. So we're going to do a countdown. I'm going to do a 3-second countdown. We're all going to start this at the same time. Is everybody ready? All right, here we go. I'm going to do 3, 2, 1, then play. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, play.
Death comes in the form of a man, and its name
Now, see,
is Earl Wilkes.
I thought this was a Cutler Duncan and Associates picture.
The story.
Oh, there's that basketball scene. There's the basketball scene. That's now, Freeze, that jersey is the Butte Central Maroons camp we went to, if you remember that.
I remember that. I do.
Now, remember Marnie? We can't go through everything in the preview here, so.
Yeah.
Went out in the woods and were never seen again.
It's funny is I think I still have that shirt, that green. I literally could go in my closet right now and find it.
I remember, wasn't someone blowing smoke with a cigar there to make it look
I think it might have been Kelly or I think it might have been Kelly, actually, because Kelly had no problem smoking at that time.
No.
Look at that.
The dramatic pause. Look at that.
Oh, there he is, Mahomes.
Looking for revenge.
Are we going to be okay? Is Jeremy
The flashlight. Look at that flashlight
Good.
lighting.
I love
B
it.
horror
Spooky.
movie.
He was murdered.
Starring Patrick Cutler. The most
That is
bizarre Cutler
quintessential Patrick Cutler crazy face there.
I know.
Hopefully you come home.
Oh, I love that shot.
Yeah. Good God.
Enigma.
Now, how did that get a PG-13?
Right?
I know. So that's the trailer Kelly put together. Kelly's disappeared. Okay, here's Jenny, Kelly's
Here it
girlfriend at
is.
the time. She actually is a cross-country runner, so we thought she'd be good for this opening sequence. She, by the way,
ran for forever.
yeah, we had to run
Yeah.
a very long ways.
This was actually, she ran 3 marathons for this.
Now, Robert Allen, the lighting guy, he was supposedly from Hollywood, and we got lights that literally said, Fox Century Pictures or whatever?
Batman Forever, I think it was.
Yeah, and I could never actually find his name in the credits, which is a little bit weird, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's like Scott Cook playing Dallas Cowboy football.
Pretty sure.
I actually found a police record on him, and he had just stolen all those lights. Like, yeah.
I was about to say, it's like, I wouldn't surprise if he just stole those lights and came to Deer. It's like, oh, they're going to believe whatever I say.
Hey,
Lighting
is now a
takes
good time to
I
talk
hate
about
that. That's
the
the
pyramids?
worst credit.
Yes, now is a great time to talk about the pyramids.
Talk about the pyramids. Here we go. Uh-oh. Shit. No.
Now, see, she should have just stayed running. That's the biggest
Yeah.
problem.
I mean, that's horror movie 101.
Oh shit!
Good thing that Killer's so
Oh,
slow.
no. Oh, there's Matt's,
Oh,
Matt's hockey puck.
hey,
Skin
it
thing.
works well.
I gotta tell you,
Sorry,
that was
actually.
as close as I ever felt to Jenny.
Yeah. Kelly, is this your original score, by the way?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Kelly did this. Notice how Mahomes isn't walking at all, but he just appears wherever.
Yeah.
He's not walking because he literally cannot see fucking shit out of that mask.
No, not even remotely close.
We should
here
have
you are,
made him
this
run
is-
a few times. It would have been funnier.
That is, so that for the people who don't
Oh,
know,
the
that's out on-
van!
That's out on prison property right there.
Yeah, this is in prison property. Oh shit! Oh, yeah! There we go, Nico boys.
That's a cool shot though, Pat, with the rain and the shit.
Yeah.
Never started raining that day.
In the middle of our production, it actually started raining. That was earlier in the production too. It started raining out of
Is
fucking
freeze
nowhere.
coming up? Is freeze coming up?
My body counts are
Oh.
1.
Oh,
Here we
okay.
go.
I gotta take a piss. I'll be right back.
There's Judy, our dog.
Oh yeah. Here's establishing the female characters for you guys that want to do filmmaking.
Well, most of it might seem like junk, but really, it's the
It's such a stereotype, too.
I
What they're
do.
talking about.
My writing is very stereotypical. I guarantee I wrote this scene.
Gave that to me.
You know what's
What is
hilarious
it?
is that's
It's
just
a
a trinket
memento.
from my parents'
It
bathroom.
stands for all the sincerity, dedication that went into
That's
our
all that is.
relationship.
Something I think that like they got when they were in Hawaii or something. It's just
Starting to bloom. Really?
So sincerity and everything.
Well, last night when I was at
This
Dale's
is funny.
house, the lights were all dim, and he took me aside, and he said, "Jenny, you are the rose that keeps my life burning."
Yes.
That is the
Yes.
funniest line I've ever
This is why I don't write lyrics or.
It isn't
I've
like-
used that line in real life at least 10 times
Oh, yeah?
since.
What about John? John? Who the hell is that? John.
whoa,
Remember
oh,
at Dale's party
cussing
last
this
year?
early?
John?
Should run a
We should have
clicker.
had Tilly on this episode because he loves to talk through
Okay,
movies.
maybe he had a couple beers. A couple? He was completely wasted. He probably doesn't even remember your name.
Oh, I see how it is.
Well,
You guys still have that couch?
Well, at least I got some.
Doubt it.
Hey, at least I got some. She still guess what, folks? She still uses that line at bars today.
Hey, so what's with this June 14th, 1999? What was the date? Like
Don't worry about it.
significance?
That was the date Matt Freeze's prison pizza or his God.
Oh, all right.
That was the date his Pizza Hut schedule just went crazy.
Wow.
There
So
he
this-
is.
This scene's supposed to open up with Matt Freeze making out with Marnie, but Marnie refused to do anything.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
I know.
Yeah.
You can tell Matt's just way too excited for the scene.
You know what you're at? Do you remember Freeze? Do you remember what you're actually watching there?
We were supposed to be watching wrestling, weren't we?
Yeah,
so
it was wrestling.
It was WWF
It was-
wrestling.
I think it was a tape that I brought, or maybe you had it. I don't know.
I think you brought it actually. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's at my parents' house somewhere.
Jeez, man, don't you ever knock? Just thought I'd give you a little scare.
Matt, could you feel the sexual tension between you and Marnie here this whole time?
Oh my God. It was like steamy is the only way to describe it.
I mean, you can see it on camera.
Yeah.
Is this Eldridge's house?
Yes, this is Trevor Eldridge's house.
Yes.
Good
point. Why did we film it there? He's not in the movie in any capacity.
He was a crew worker. Now, if you watch Enigma Reloaded, Matt Cutler was actually hiding behind that couch working the fucking wireless audio.
Yeah.
And Kelly and Matt got in a fucking fight in the middle of the thing because the audio fucking sucked.
Here's the first of the stupid things, by the way. I just throw Patrick a beer, and he just decides for some reason to steal it. Like, what? Why? The first of the dumb little things. And then,
Hey, John, what's going on?
Not much. So, how's school been going?
Not
Jesus
bad.
Christ.
Hey, you want a beer?
Oh my God! Okay, I can't watch this.
So we gonna start this thing or what? It's awesome. Nice, good lighting effects there, huh, Mahoney?
Yeah, that's great.
is that a bottle of Dr. Scholl's for some reason? Yeah, baby powder.
Like every horror film,
Little
nobody's
product
getting
placement there.
Hopefully
Hopefully you guys got money from that.
Hello? Oh, who is this? Oh, hey, what's going on? Who is it? Yeah? Yeah, I'd want to go. Yeah, hold on, let me ask. Hey,
How do I have one sleeve rolled up?
No.
You were gonna try and get fresh with her with that arm.
Oh yeah, skin on
Yeah.
shirt action.
Sounds like a good idea. Yeah, sure. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, Jen, Cammy, and I are in, but John doesn't know yet. Yeah, okay. All right, talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
This is such a dumb sequence here.
Come on, John. I know you don't have anything going on. Come on. Yeah, I know, but it just doesn't seem like that good of a plan.
Jesus.
I don't really trust Jeremy too much. I mean, he's gotten into a lot of trouble lately. Jeremy? What's wrong with Jeremy? Jeremy's fine. He's gonna go up there and it's just gonna be.
This is like us talking to
I
Mahoney
know.
into the new person coming
I
into
know.
JP's.
Every time we go to JV's, no, he's cool, guys. He's gonna be fine. He brings up 10 AKs and 13 pounds of meth. No, he's cool.
Let's do it. I guarantee you. Well, I better get going.
Awesome.
Dale's beer. Come on, John.
It's so fucking stupid.
Took one beer. Nice, good cut scenes there, man.
Oh, nice cutaway.
Yeah, that's reloaded.
This is innovative filming right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd you get that shot?
That was a good shot by Kelly. Yeah. That's the car that me and Kelly bought that Kelly got hit by Pizza Hut truck, actually. he literally got hit. Yeah, Pizza Hut all over this film. He got hit by a Pizza Hut truck doing a delivery.
What are you doing, son? I was just checking to make sure everything was
I mean,
all
this
right.
guy has looked the same for the last
I don't
45
need any
years.
help.
He hasn't changed, actually.
Get out of here. Where are you going? It's none of your damn business. It's a reasonable question, isn't it?
Spend the weekend at a lake with some friends.
Lake Crow?
Maybe.
Watch out for Earl.
Earl who?
Nobody you want to mess with.
You're just dicking with me. There is no Earl.
Earl Wilkes, crazy SOB, psychotic.
And what does this have to do with Crow Lake?
He was a
Thanks for that
criminal
close up
possessed
there.
by the evil spirit of
We
an Indian
filmed this. I
chief
laughed
was
so many
massacred.
fucking times. I could not do a straight face during this. It was so fucking hard.
Like right there, you can tell. You're trying to fight your.
It was fucking.
Fucking laugh.
Ugh, ugly mess. Hopefully you'll come home without a slash in your neck.
Oh, that's good tagline. That's like the tagline for the movie.
That 100% because Kelly put that in the fucking movie.
Yeah. In the preview showing around the world.
Huh?
Yeah. So, yeah, this is it. That was actually a really well written scene. You can tell it's a well written scene because I didn't fucking write it. It was Kelly.
I thought Wolfie crushed it as the crazy old kooky guy right there.
Absolutely.
Oh, the fucking wireless mic inside the car. Now we know, like, you don't need to have fucking audio every little car sequence, whatever. Back then, we're like, we need audio for fucking everything. So this scene, our main camera guy, Albert Cutler, gets fired because he wanted too many shots in this film. So we just said, let me rewind that. Don't rewind it, but there's a tripod on the right side there as I walk to the steps.
I saw that. I was just going to ask if that's what that was.
Yes, that was a tripod.
It was a long time ago.
I did like how there was like 5 different angles of you walking up to the stairs.
Yeah, I thought
Albert really got.
do we really need to do that?
So
the least dramatic scene in the movie.
I don't. So writing wise, basically, I set up the characters and everything, and Kelly kind of worked on more of the fun stuff. I don't know how things got off on that way, but I really wanted to make sure the audience understood that John's character was this pure, virtuous person.
Nice music.
Oh yeah.
God, I don't know.
Swisher Sweet there.
I still smoke the exact same way. No clue what the fuck I'm doing.
And I can't take credit for this music. This is a setting on my keyboard. You just hit it and that music.
That's even funnier.
Oh, here goes. That's the fucking camera bag.
Yeah, we just so unprepared. That's my camping gear.
We couldn't afford props, asshole.
It's a free camping gear as a camera bag. Jesus.
The same with the other two. It's like the other two have nothing. Pat and Marianne showed up with nothing.
Yeah, they showed up with absolutely nothing. An empty car.
So nervous.
Yeah, we corrected that in our latest film, Redgate. We make sure they had backpack stuff. Except the funniest thing about Redgate is one of the girls showed up with fucking nothing. It was unbelievable. So we had to make shift things up.
Man, don't worry about
Okay, you look at Redgate and the similarities between Enigma, and there's a lot of similarities. We definitely learned our lessons on a lot of fucking things, though.
For some reason, I decided to wear my 1980s stonewashed jeans here.
And also remember, go Gators.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you with the Gators hat? That's so fucking weird to look at today. I mean, you had Gator stuff like all the time though back then. I remember you had. Florida
I did.
shit.
Yeah,
yeah, you had Florida shit.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just was like, yeah, I'll pick this team to watch for a while.
He started freaking out on me, talking about this weirdo who lives up in the hills or something. Personally, I thought he was talking about himself. Man, don't worry about that guy.
Did you try to do an accent right there?
Right?
Yeah.
Personally, I thought he was talking about himself.
Pat was doing Brokeback Mountain before it was Brokeback Mountain.
I can't quit you.
So you just saw. Okay, let's go back. Rewind this. You just saw me, Freeze, and Marianne hike off into the middle of nowhere. We all clearly left together. There's Kelly blowing smoke into the camera.
Yeah.
So someone makes sense out of this scene that's about to happen.
Jeez, tense.
Sorry,
baby.
That pickup line still work for you?
You know,
Yeah, it's right there.
you know, it's God's honest truth. I say that line to my wife all the time still. Like, if she doesn't like what I'm doing, I'll hit her with it. Jeez, tense. So that thing, 18 years later, hasn't died.
Yeah.
Like, here's Kelly's character who just doesn't give a fuck whatsoever.
Well, look who decided to show. Where the hell's Dale? He had to go back and get Jenny. Just came down to show us where it was.
I think Kelly wrote this scene.
This is Cammy.
Sweet cheeks here.
Jenny up at Willow Creek College. Oh, where are you from?
Well, originally,
Never mind. So you guys didn't bring all your shit. I know what I said. All the shit's down at the cabin. You guys don't got to worry about it. It's just Couple paces down this way. Follow me.
Well, there. That's why you don't have anything. All the shit's down at the cabin.
That's like us showing up the junior buzzards. Yeah, everything's there. Don't worry about it.
Hey,
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, just a second.
Good cutting there as you're flicking that stick.
Mid throw.
Yeah, that cut well.
Nice.
So this is all for people watching out there. This is all filmed on Montana State Prison property here.
Yeah. Gosh, I haven't seen the inside of this in a long time.
This is actually the last time I've ever been up there. To tell you the truth.
I used to go fishing up here all the time. Some people that we know, Marianne Hansen and Ed Sharp had their wedding reception in this building.
Yeah.
What's the
Yes.
It shows our age because I'm like, hey, here's a warm box of beer.
Now, Freeze, these were sodas or something that you're brewing in your basement?
Yeah. A cousin of mine and we made our own soda, and it tasted so terrible. It actually turned into a bet where the loser had to drink one. They were awful.
Yeah, those are all fake sodas that he brewed, and we use those to pretend to be beer.
Well, Kelly's character says, yeah, all this shit's at the cabin, and I don't see any shit at the cabin, like, whatsoever.
Well, all he's got is a warm bucket of fucking beer, and electrical's working just fine.
There you go.
We already saw the date was June 14th, so we know it's summer.
Some more virtue sibling there. Some more virtue sibling from John's character there about being serious.
I can't wait for the fake drunk acting.
Shot.
Oh yeah.
I like how there's prison bars on the cabin 3 miles out in the woods.
Bears.
Yeah.
Because you guys are drinking beer, and you know how that attracts the bears. Especially.
So Mike Freeze watched this not too long ago, and he actually asked me, "Were you guys actually drunk during that?" I was like, "Fuck no, we don't even know how to drink back then."
I had never even tasted a drop of alcohol at this point in my life, and this is my interpretation of what drunk people act like.
None of us were legal. Marianne's like 13 years old in this movie,
and she drank more than any of us probably combined.
You wish, ass breath.
Let's play a game.
Okay.
What kind of stupid ass game you want to play? I don't know. Any suggestions? John!
How about truth or dare?
Oh.
Fine. I dare Cammy to go swimming. Bundy!
Get it up!
Yeah, what are you, chicken?
No.
Come on, John. It's all in the game.
She doesn't have to do anything she doesn't want to.
No, John.
Boycott Pat Cutler.
And again, I take the writing mantle back from Kelly and write some stupid shit.
She's gonna piss somebody off.
No, I might scare you guys a little bit, though.
So it's so fucking funny to watch this, Kelly, because it's the reverse of what's today. Like, I would be playing your character, and I'd be behind the camera, and you'd be playing more something like mine.
Yeah, exactly.
One by the name of Earl Wilkes.
Earl Wilkes.
Did I stutter?
So this is, I want to say, a split scene me and Kelly both wrote, because Kelly definitely wrote this part about the Indian massacre and shit.
Some say that the souls of Indians that died in the massacre
Jesus.
still haunt the
It's the fucking cameras, obviously, on a tripod on the table.
I like that. Dramatic.
Now, don't worry, John. This Earl character he escaped, so he's probably dead or way out of the country by now. Some say that he has a bloody bag over his head because the Indian chief that possessed him was suffocated in the massacre. Some say that whoever the Indian chief possesses will get a bloody bag over their head.
How did Earl escape from prison?
He had a
The
bloody...
guards alive, and he told the guards that if he didn't let him out, the same would happen to him.
Nobody listened to this story whenever they watched this movie, because nobody got the ending of the movie, ever.
Yeah.
This has to be the first movie we've ever done, Kelly. Nobody watching the first one ever understood the ending of the movie or anything.
My grandfather was the one
Yeah,
that
no
got
fucking
eaten
shit.
alive. My dad said that he saw the bloody bag over Earl's face. He sent a postcard a couple weeks later and said he tasted like corned beef.
What the fuck? God, John's a stupid piece of shit in this.
The whole story was true. It's just the part about my grandpa. That's the only thing that wasn't true. That was just for laughs.
Now, Kelly, do you remember we started doing a spoof horror film script a long time ago?
Yeah, I do.
Kind of wish we would have finished that. That would have been fucking funny.
Stories about Earl Wilkes chopping people's heads off and telling me it's true. I'm not going to go to sleep tonight when I go to bed having that crap in my mind.
Jesus. What was he, fucking 5 years old?
The only thing that's freaking me out right now is you. What?
Who would party with this guy?
I don't know. Nobody. But at least the 13-year-old's going to go say it.
Yeah, I was going to say, Cam is chasing me down.
And Mullins, what would happen if John showed up at the Carroll College football party?
I don't think he'd be. He wouldn't be accepted super well. I don't think.
Well, I think I'm gonna go to bed.
You guys keep saying that. I'm gonna not be able to sleep tonight. Could you imagine saying that?
A college frat party or whatever.
Like how everyone at once just ditches his ass too.
Yeah.
You know, this is just
And I
set
mean,
up for a. You know what?
It is actually like legitimately dark as fuck out there because you're next to nothing.
Yeah.
Other than
that's actually a pretty cool shot there, right there. With
Jeremy so far is the only character in this movie I would actually hang out with.
I love the door, by the way. Kelly's just like, that's close enough.
Yeah, this will do.
Why did they have a cabin and yet they're all sleeping in fucking tents and shit?
Yeah, no shit.
Because they're sick of Jeremy's bullshit.
They're sick of Jeremy.
You scared the shit out of me.
Hey, I just want to remind you, turn off that generator before you go to bed.
Oh, yeah. Piss now.
Thanks, Smokey the Bear.
So this is filmed like a month or so after that scene. This is actually.
I forgot about this scene.
This is in the backyard, and I put a special effect to make it look like it's dark out. But yeah, we filmed this way later because I can't fucking remember.
What an idiot.
But
Yeah, it was like 6 o'clock at night, so it wasn't dark at all.
No, not at all. I put an effect on it to make it look darker than in the original version, so you can't tell, but yeah. Your fucking Dolphins hat taking the piss. What's your fucking shirt say?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Oh, that's a quarterback sacked paper or plastic in the back.
Oh, yeah, I remember that shirt.
Yeah. The suspenders. I love the fucking suspenders.
Tells me my body count's about to go up.
Mullins finally puts down the crew mic and makes his appearance in this.
I'll say that's actually not bad lighting right there.
Dale?
You know.
No, right?
If I'm watching the same movie as you guys.
Hello?
Yeah, what are you watching?
I don't know. I did watch Hellraiser last night, Mahoney. It was pretty sweet.
Fuck, Hellraiser is good.
There's the music. It's gonna get shit's about to go down.
Enigma soundtrack.
These kill scenes.
You got to feel bad for Jeremy. He's just a young kid, you know.
Kelly, you got to get the Enigma soundtrack on Amazon Music or something so I can download it.
Listen to it while you're jogging.
Oh, nice. Oh, shit.
Stabbed him.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, you missed.
Somehow I get away.
It's all right, he tried.
You got me. I'm just a man. Run, bitch, run!
This might shock you, Mahomes, but the kill scenes in Red Gate are way better than this one.
I'm not ready to believe that, to be honest with you. I really hope, for continuity's sake, you made someone put a fucking Safeway bag over their head.
This is like point 27 we learned from Enigma. Red Gate is filmed all during the day pretty much because lighting was so fucking a pain in the ass. So we filmed all Red Gate. It's a day horror film. It works pretty fucking well.
I gotta agree with Mark. I hopefully used a bag in that movie. People have been clamoring for a sequel to this.
I get it.
The candles.
Cool. Nothing ends well with candles.
So explain the candles.
Oh, shit.
No reason for the candles.
It's because I'm going to blow him out. He's my birthday wish.
We actually.
Oh, what's he doing?
Death count 2. Death count number 2.
Freeze was jerking off because he wasn't getting any action.
Yeah.
I got kicked out of my own damn tent, which I didn't bring, by the way.
So we got 2 kills so far in this for the bloody plastic bag man.
Hey, why doesn't anyone try to go back to the fucking cabin?
So this gets fucking weird. So Freeze earlier was in the prison property, and we cut all the way across the other side of the mountains, and this is in a completely different location. All the stuff that we're shooting right now. This is on the other side. No, this is Emery Mines. Emery Mines. This is actually.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay.
This is the fucking actual Redgate area we're shooting this out. And we destroy these cabins, and they're not even ours to destroy.
I think the candles were more like he was a demonic seance or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a Redgate area. We didn't even set those up. They were just there.
Yeah. Kelly's dead, so Freeze runs out.
Good blood effects right there.
I like how Freeze did not check to see if Kelly's okay or anything. He just starts taking a
Yeah, that's pretty shitty lighting right there. Oh, that's horrible.
We had 8.
Who the hell's the lighting technician?
We had a flashlight. Me and Marianne supposed to kiss here. Me and Marianne don't kiss there because Freeze didn't kiss Marnie. I was like, fuck it.
Classic cock block by Freeze.
When you're writing that script, you're like, this feels great. And you're like, I don't want to do this.
What the
Freeze.
fuck happened there?
Well, see, what's happening is it's the moon. That's the
we
light.
had a full fucking moon. Freeze just.
I don't think we planned that.
No, not at all. Freeze just. It was actually planned literally on your Pizza Hut schedule.
This is where the movie gets really good.
All right.
Damn it! I forgot about Jenny. She's my girlfriend.
Oh, she's cool.
She's in the truck, right?
He's here, and then we just go, well, hell with it.
Dale, is Jeremy dead?
Yeah.
Oh, Oscar moment.
Yes, he was murdered.
What the hell was that?
Oh, Jesus. Now we're back on the other side of the mountains here in Montana. This is Rock Creek now.
Death right now, being alone.
I have nothing to say.
Just watching Patrick try to suppress a smile.
That's like me when my wife's talking to me during NFL Sunday. Dead stare ahead.
You'd have done it already, right?
He's too stupid or he enjoys terrifying us.
Oh, great one.
This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna stay in here, then.
What if he breaks in the windows or tries some other way to get in? Maybe the door is the only other possible option.
Did you guys at least lock the doors or mention locking the
At
doors?
least in the morning we can see everything and I can get
I think they did.
What about Jenny, though?
Yeah, what about Jenny? What if he goes after her?
How do you know we're safe?
There's the guy hiding in the fucking back seat, not even trying to help.
That line was... Oh, here we go, Mahone.
Oh,
Demonic
that hurt as fuck, Mahoney.
Yeah, I actually remember I fucked my knee up on some of the wood in there.
Going to spring training for fucking Carroll College. Yeah, my knee's a little sore from a horror movie I was doing.
And we took a lot of shots of that, if I remember, you slamming down your knees on that board.
Yeah, you sure did. That's why I fucked my knee up.
Every time I do Mahoney does a stunt, it's always like we have to take 5,000 takes. Going nowhere. Mahoney had this big fucking long sequence that he did a stunt and everything. And then a couple days later, like, yeah, sorry, the audio was off. We got to redo that.
Is Jenny all right?
Yeah, let's go get Jenny. Well, I guess now is as good a time as any. I'll go make sure everything's all right. Are you guys waiting?
I think this point, for me personally, I knew the script is just bullshit.
How did Marianne end up in a hoodie?
Jenny?
Tied around her waist.
Shit.
I'm stopping you from seeing your girlfriend that's dead.
We gotta go looking for her. Look, it's not the time to be panicking.
Maybe we should call the cops.
Did I even see, did I even see anything in there? There's nothing in there, right?
No, I couldn't see anything. Zero the Hero wouldn't let her come out. What a hilarious reference.
Yeah. Basically, she's supposed to be out here, so we had to kill her off because she couldn't film past 2 p.m. And now we're on the other side of the mountains. Still
Oh, there's classic music. Hit me with it.
The slower version.
I mean, some of the stuff is like filmed like a month or so later because we had limited access to that camera.
I can just close my eyes and imagine Kelly just playing the shit out of that Casio.
John, be careful.
What?
Like, she didn't say stop. No, John, don't do it. She's just like, John, hey, be careful when you go to it.
The pause.
Hey,
be careful.
Maybe, like, I don't know, go into town and try and get some help.
This is a great shot. I like that.
Yeah, that's a cool shot. That one right there, too, is cool.
Oh, God, that was cool, too. So, Mahomes, what... I don't know what... Maybe you were at training camp with Carol or something. I can't remember why you couldn't come up and film this day. I really can't. Off the top of my head.
Wasn't this filmed in 2003 before our senior year?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. No, never mind. Yeah. I don't know why you could... I don't recall why.
I'm trying to remember, too.
So
you took a job at Pizza Hut, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. So Mahomes is up there the night before with us filming everything because that was the night before we filmed. And then he went back into Deer Lodge. We stayed up there. And then I can't fucking remember why you didn't come back up. I really don't know why.
I like that shot.
I love this part where he just destroys this wall.
Well, this is like private. This is like a private cabin. We're like not supposed to be in this fucking place.
We're trying really hard to get sued for destroying this artifact. Really hard.
Yeah. This is a National Historic Landmark.
We have zero permission to be doing this right now. Oh, remember the fucking fight we had over this? I think Freeze was there too. No, make it go through his fucking head. It was something stupid. Oh no, you wanted to throw him in the fucking mine.
Well, Albert was already broken. I figured, how much more damage.
No, that was your stance. Like, what if we throw him in the fucking mine? It's like, how are we gonna throw him in the fucking mine? That was the argument, and then it just gonna.
We were sitting here, and the murderer came, and he said he was gonna go take him
And the
out.
murderer came.
Next thing I knew, he was running through the woods and screaming.
Are you sure you saw someone?
Oh, is someone can kill her already?
All I know is Dale was running after someone.
That's impossible.
What's wrong, John?
I just killed the psycho.
How could you? Dale was just chasing after him.
Do you know where Dale went?
I just heard running and screaming and breaking branches through the woods, and then the sound kind of died out.
Son of a bitch.
He looks young as shit right there.
Oh, if you guys actually follow the plot so far on this film, you know exactly what's going on, but nobody fucking pays attention to Kelly's speech there because I think it's just a big joke. So, but yeah, this is where it all twists and turns. This is funny. God, she is fucking young.
Marnie just got done eating a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Yeah. She's actually fine, just a little constipated.
So the original script we had, we were going on four-wheelers and stuff through fucking prison property and shit. So we had to adjust the script on the fly. But Marnie also, that's supposed to be like a night fucking scene. And she couldn't come up at night at all, so we had to film it during the day.
I swear to you, John, Dale was fighting someone.
Unless there are two of them. Where'd he go?
I don't know. I was too scared to follow.
We better continue. We have to find Dale.
For John being someone who's upset about people drinking beer, he's pretty fucking calm for murder everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's like totally fine after he just killed someone too.
I mean, this is a cool fucking sequence too, like this.
Oh, nice.
That's actually a pretty cool cut there. I bled really fast there.
I noticed the killer had Nikes on.
Another product placement.
This was filmed some random night in the fall, or no, not in the fall, but in the.
John, please.
Man, she's been walking all day, not a drop of sweat or dirt on her. Hollywood magic.
John?
So this was definitely filmed out of sequence, though, right? Like,
Yeah, because I remember this was early as shit.
So this is the night before too. We filmed this. Because yeah, this is the night before Mahomes is up there. And we filmed this. Or something. How the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. The blood looks pretty accurate compared to the next day.
like the little note at the end. Pat did not know how to drive a stick shift.
I'm like literally struggling there. That's not acting.
Dale's life's at stake and we're fleeing away. He already killed 2 of us, not gonna let him kill another.
John, calm down. We'll figure something out.
I think that's half her line saying, "John, calm down."
I don't know.
John?
Now this turns out of nowhere. This turns into a hitchhiker all of a sudden.
I remember in that particular scene, I knew Pat didn't know how to drive a stick really well, so I was like, I hope I don't fucking get hit right here.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna go look further down the road for him.
This is kind of weak.
Why?
Earlier I was afraid to even go in my car. Now I want to fucking go in the woods looking for him.
Yeah.
Based on earlier films we did, I'd have no idea why we couldn't have Mahoney fly over the hood or whatever as we hit him. Because, like, that's not the hard of thing to do. Cammy? What the fuck's happened to Cammy? She's gone? And there's where it comes out. I had a gun the entire fucking time.
I love that. That's my favorite part of the whole thing. Also, you just have a gun.
John really was a gigantic piece of shit in this movie.
That was a good shot.
Yeah, this is definitely shot out of order. Remember, this is the night Mahomes was there the entire time. We shot all of this.
Yeah. Because I remember Marianne had that one scream shot. She thought she shot about like 50 takes.
Oh yeah.
Not a good time to sneak up on someone.
And who did I just kill?
It's not in the movie, but at the very end of that, Pat's down there, he just looks at the camera and just smiles.
I like how even that shot, like we couldn't show Marianne like dead, like he could barely see her there.
I actually legitimately forgot how Marianne died, and that doesn't. If I hadn't seen this, I still wouldn't know because like that.
Oh, there
didn't
she is.
Really. Oh,
There's a shot. There's a shot. Now the shots here are actually really good. This last day. Again, this was the same day. This was shot as the same day as the Marnie death was shot. Same day. It was just jumping around a bunch.
Is the thought there like, hey, I just killed this girl. I should probably take a quick nap?
Until noon.
Again,
I gotta recharge the batteries. Murdering.
The problem is we did write this big 4-wheeler sequence and everything based on like the state prison property or whatever. So like we were kind of making up shit on the fly here at this point. Just like, oh, maybe we'll just do that or whatever. It was kind of improv here this entire end of this movie. There's Emery Mines.
Nice, good blood effect there.
It is. I like that like PTSD stare you have.
Everything shot in this day was actually pretty good, to tell you the truth. It was a really good day of shooting. You're just standing there. Oh, the Freeze would do it. Yeah, Freeze did the car thing.
Well, he wasn't willing to take his own stunts. If you've never seen this before, ignoring that Patrick just said Freeze is willing to do it.
This is the ending that nobody fucking understands.
I'm legitimately sweating so hard.
Yeah, turns out the plastic's pretty fucking hot.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Just zero hesitation to pull the trigger.
He's humping me.
Kelly, do you remember the original string of that? We laughed so fucking hard at the ending. Like we couldn't stop.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You know, in
I just
hindsight,
remember,
Kelly, you should have had some music in there when all of a sudden I show up in the middle of the road. like da or something like that, you know?
Yeah. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
So my entire existence depended on those fucking friends I was with, I guess. And my life was over.
Weirdo.
Then.
Yeah.
Craig Winter is just the weirdo. I like that. His title.
I think maybe you went in and were like, oh yeah, I accidentally just murdered that girl. Maybe I'm gonna get in trouble for that.
I mean, at this point, who has the bigger kill cam, me or Mahomes? Because I fucking killed like two or three. I killed 2 or 3 people out of nowhere.
Yeah, is this like secretly? Are you the bad guy?
Oh yeah, Billy's Life, Multiplicity, Misery 1, 2, 3.
Dude, look at that Comedy Night 1 and 2. That's all we had done at that point.
I like how there's a credit in there for a film critic. In the credits of the movie, they would be criticizing.
All right, let's just start the movie over again, guys, and watch it again.
Yeah, do it again.
All right, well, that's the movie.
Yeah, man, I haven't seen that in a long time.
Look at this. I don't know if you can see that. Goosebumps. Literal goosebumps right there. Wow.
I like how Freeze is always like, oh man, I forgot about this scene, although he watches it 6 times a year.
I forgot the scene before I didn't quote it word for word.
This honestly, I think this is the first time ever I think that we've all got together and watched this as a group, because I know we've watched it Freeze before. I know we watched it Mahomes before. I don't think we've all gotten together before and watched it as a group until now.
Yeah,
that's fun. That was a good time, Matt. What movie do you want to do this next to? I think you were saying like Debbie Does Dallas or something.
You got that Cliff Hooters, man. We haven't watched Cliff. What's the last time you seen Cliff Hooters, Mahomes?
Early in college, probably.
Does anybody want to watch Cliff Hooters?
we did a spoof of Cliffhanger, and that's called Cliff Hooters. And Mark played what's his name, Quaylen. Who plays that character in Cliffhanger?
John Lithgow.
John Lithgow. Yeah, it's so fun. Freeze, you weren't in that one.
I wasn't.
I know you sucked. I remember you laughing your ass off at the Mike Bloomquist scene where I'll be there in 3 hours, and then he just shits his pants.
It's one where, like, if you know the movie Cliffhanger, and the scene where the guy is like, just give me 5 minutes. And then he's like, just give me 5 hours. I don't know why that just got me, but it did.
Well, I propose. I'm still down, Pat, to honestly film a mock horror movie like we talked about during the film, or like we said on Freeze's PCP episode. Like, we could get together literally for 5 days and refilm Enigma and make it 90 minutes long. Who cares if it's good, bad, whatever? Just have fun just doing it, or maybe turn that into fucking comedy horror film. I would 100% be down for that.
We've 100% thought about reshooting Enigma a lot, because some of the best plot lines, I would say, for me personally, I think Going Nowhere had a really good plot line, but again, you're lacking experience and a budget and all those things. I think Enigma's right up there where you're lacking experience and budget and all these things. But Enigma's actual plot line is actually pretty good. We just did a shitty job in the dialogue. And
it's not often that a movie series reboots with only one movie in the series. I think we could reboot it. Yeah,
a one half finished film in the entire fucking series. It's weird though. Like, so this discussion with the Renegade horror film that's going to be out here pretty soon, like this started like years ago. Me and Kelly were talking on Facebook Messenger. He was just said, I want to do a horror film. Let's do a horror film again. So like it started like a long time ago. So this is a bizarre fucking synchronicity, whatever you're going to call it. So Freeze, several years back, I wanted to do a Redgate film on just Redgate itself or whatever. I read a couple different scripts. One of the scripts I wrote was this vision in my head was like 1979. Like it was like something like July 12th, 1979. A van cruises over this fucking mountainside road or whatever. So I kind of adjusted the script and it's been way different since then. But the van we got to be in the actual Redgate film ended up being from fucking 1979. Is that bizarre? Okay. Yeah. Is that bizarre as fuck?
That's what you were shooting for accuracy there.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just telling Freeze how the Redgate film, I wrote the opening line of 1979, July 12th. And then later on, we got a fucking camper van or whatever from actually 1979. It was so fucking weird.
Yeah. So when's this premiere of Redgate?
So I've been talking with Mike Freeze. Honestly, I've been working with him because he does a lot of fucking editing and film and stuff, and I'm trying to leverage all the context I can. And we added a bunch to it and adjusted it, and all these different things have happened since then. So I'm going to put out one of my final cuts by this weekend, I would say. Then I'm going to kick it back with Mike and go over it and stuff and plan out some ideas and things. And then my plan is to have a final cut that say, okay, this is going to be the cut of the film we're going to go forward with, and whatever happens by the end of September. And then we're just going to go balls in. And I got the biggest thing is like I got connections not only through Mike, but Don Bromley, who's done stuff. He has a ton of connections with Discovery Channel, everything else. So Don Bromley's on here talking about aliens and stuff. He's on their third or fourth gig with the Discovery Channel based on that Prison City podcast episode we did on aliens. Someone looked up aliens in Montana. And they found our episode and contacted Don Bromley to be on shows and stuff. How fucking weird is that? Yeah,
we're just. I'll just be waiting for our call. Then it sounds like we're on the brink there.
Enigma. I mean, it's inevitable to be remade now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But it's so fucking crazy how many decisions that we made for Redgate that was based on shit that went backwards for Enigma. It's crazy how many things we did because of that. It's crazy.
So where are you planning on like premiering? Are you gonna premiere it in Deer Lodge, or are you gonna try and like premiere it somewhere else?
So I think it's gonna premiere at probably premiere at the Sundance Film Festival. But there's going to be a premiere in Deer Lodge at some point. What I want to do in Deer Lodge is have a big fucking festival for it. Like maybe we do stand-up improv or something, a bunch of shit that leads up to like 10:30 p.m., red carpet, arrival, and we fucking premiere it at like 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night at the Rialto Theater would be my ultimate dream for Redgate after it's been, through a couple circuits or whatever. But I would like...
Did you... just real quick, do you know Sundance Film Festival in Park City? It's under 2 hours away from where I live.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'll count on you being there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have a connection with Sundance Film Festival. This lady I used to work with in Alaska, she screens like all the fucking Oscar films and votes on them and shit. And so I have like that connection. Don Brown has a bunch of connections. Mike Freeze has a bunch of connections. So it's like I said from the beginning when we started Film Redgate, we've done this. This is our fifth time around with a completed full-length feature film, and it's about the fucking connections. Like the festival's a shit show thing where you never know what you're going to get or whatever. You have to have some kind of fucking connection or something, because that's what's really going to launch your film from like where it is to where it needs to fucking be. But I've spent a year trying to make this as big. God, I hate to do everything based on Enigma in my life. No?
I was gonna say, Pack, you warm them up with Enigma. Show Enigma at the Sundance Film Festival first. Show afterwards.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if they played that shit at Sundance? My lord!
I don't know if you want to do that though, Matt. That would be like going to a meal where they serve you like filet mignon as an appetizer. You know, you don't want to be doing that.
I was gonna say they're like, we don't even want to watch Redgate now. We just how much for Enigma?
How much? It's just a fun conversation because how much of an influence has Enigma had on things we do now or whatever. And I'll say this: has it had that big of an influence on my life? Well, I'm now on my 18th consecutive year trying to correct the mistakes in Enigma.
Well, and I was going to say
he got married in an old prison just to tie it back to Enigma.
I was going to say one of the cool things too about Redgate, one of the parallels, because there are a lot, but one of them, we make fun of the bloody Safeway bag. Well, that is similar to the killers in Redgate. I will say that. I'm not saying it's a bag, but I'm just saying what they wear and shit is very similar to that. So I don't think that's a coincidence.
I think
when is Sundance?
Sundance is like in January or something. So we're looking at submitting in like October this year. You can submit as early as September, but we're gonna reach out. We're looking at the problem with film festivals, and my thing is like you submit and you never know if anybody even watches the fucking thing. So my thing is really, and I've had this conversation with Mike, and I was like, man, well, you really have to have a connection. Say, okay, look, hey, I know this person we're submitting to this festival. I know this person's involved with this festival. Can you make sure someone actually fucking watches it? The best way to do it is get those fucking connections going, then submit. But I think Sundance is like January or February.
Yeah, it's end of January. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where we're looking at, and that's one of the avenues. But the main avenue is get it to as many people that have connections and shit, and really, I mean, we have a lot of backing for the fucking film. Like we did a fucking news report in June on True Stories of Redgate. I'm publicized already online of Redgate film on a news fucking station, and that station publicized that whole story across the entire state of Montana. So it's very fucking real. There's a lot of things in place right now that are real, and the thing that I've done is you can call putting it the cart before the horse, but based on our other films, like I waited to the very last second to talk about distribution. And that's like the last piece of the puzzle we need to find is the distribution. But like Kelly, yeah, for me and Kelly, like going back to when we used to just shoot our own Jason film stuff, I think it's always been one of our dreams to make a fucking full-length feature horror film. It's always been something we've wanted to do.
Yeah. And what was I going to say about the Redgate? It's kind of, it's transmorphed into something new, something different. And let's just say we have the entire spectrum of Redgate behind us, not our film, but all the alien stories, all the guy killing his family and painting the fence, all the stories you guys heard growing up, the entire spectrum, everything you can Google on Redgate is going into the film. So if you ever are interested in a Redgate anything, it's going to lead to that film. So I'm just saying there's a lot of backing in that way as well. It's not just like a brand new idea. Like, we got a ghost man that hides in a tree, no one's ever heard of. This is something that's been around. Redgate's something that's been around for, I think before any of us were born.
So I would say this too, with the actual film itself, basically added on everything else. We got multiple alien sightings or what looks like UFOs and sightings inside the film that nobody has fucking seen so far. And it's just really, there's this guy, and I don't want to reveal the film. There's this guy that we ended up meeting up with, and he has this fucking video. I think Mahones, I think it was on one of the Prison podcast episodes. I think Mahones has seen it, but there's these weird fucking UFO things in the sky, and it's just fucking weird. So like, I would say this, and my mom the other day was like, well, that's more narrative, right? Redgate is like, no, it's Redgate, the film, is 90 to 95% true. There's just a little bit of stuff that's a little bit off, but the film's pretty fucking true.
And I think all that shit makes it authentic too. I think I know what you're talking about. And if you have that in your, your film, like you said, there's a whole beginning of your film that's goes off that shit's true, that I am totally ready to fucking see that shit, because I was part of some of that stuff. Dude, I think that's the perfect way to start it out. Very interesting stuff. Grab you by the nuts, basically.
Redgate is, in my opinion, half an inch away from the Blair Witch Project or Paranormal Activity or one of these just box office not one hit wonders, but low budget, blah blah blah. I seriously, I wouldn't say that if I didn't believe it, but it's just like one step away from it right now. So with tightening down of the audio a little bit, tightening down of putting the filters on it, some of the stuff, the icing on the cake essentially is got to go on it. Once it's there, man, I wouldn't on the Blair Witch,
what?
Something for
you're
cutting out.
Yeah, that made total sense. Thank you.
Yeah, that's okay. No, I was just giving some huge points that we all could take forward, but I'll end it at that.
I know. It's basically as soon as Kelly starts like saying something that he really wants people to hear, his internet's like, nah, fuck that.
No shit. Like, seriously, no shit. What the fuck is the deal with that? Oh my gosh. It's like,
we got to order that shit, Pat, but I don't know what you heard, but basically I'm just saying that it has a good chance to be like a Saw Part 1 where people just watch it and go, what the fuck? That's something I've never seen before. I really think it's close to that,
Yeah,
well, that's gonna be cool. If you guys if you premiered at Sundance, I'll do my best to be there. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, again, you fly down to Salt Lake. Park City's not far from Salt Lake, so yeah. But yeah, it's just been a fucking crazy experience. But kind of going back to Enigma and our other full length feature films like Going Nowhere, Mad Dad. The process I used to have is complete the film and then fucking work as hard as you can to complete it in editing as fast as fucking possible. Whereas Redgate, it's like I've taken so much fucking time, and we've had actors and actresses quit the post-production process and all these things. Though, Caleb, everything that's happened so far with the post-production process with Redgate has worked in our fucking favor, and it's become a film that was more narrative to something that's really fucking real. Like right now, it has the potential for the film is through the fucking roof. It's something that no one else has ever seen. And we're just talking the other day with Mike Freeze during the Moonland podcast is people will believe whatever you put in front of them. So you put something out there and say, this is true. Even though some of it's clearly filmed as like a narrative film or whatever, people are still going to believe, well, that's true footage. That's actual true footage. It's not hard to fucking fool people these days. Well, there's nothing to fool people on because this film's like 90% true.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of we always talk about the law of attraction, but just letting things happen. Whenever you just let things happen, you got to take a step forward. You got to make a choice and then make another choice. But if you
awesome.
over it, it's going to be better than anything you can imagine.
But when Kelly,
I'm so sorry, Cal. I'm so fucking sorry, man.
I just came out of the closet on PCP podcast, but we're all right.
I could tell that was
God. That's annoying,
man. That was going to be powerful. That's too bad that we missed that.
Oh God, let's try round 2, the abridged version, like always. You let something happen, you don't try to control it, and it's going to be better than you could ever imagine. It's like sports, golf, anything. Like the more you try to not control it and just take a step forward, it'll unfold itself. It'll unravel. It'll be something that you don't even know what the final result will be.
And that rounds back to my opening point of this podcast of me not trying to be single anymore. So watch me fuck 12 hookers at the Montana bar because I just let it happen.
I mean, you'll have to pay if they're hookers, but yeah, that's positivity going out, positivity going in.
If you get syphilis all over your nuts and taint, just let that happen too.
Yeah, man, that's just that's just your journey, bro. Like, you know what I mean? That's just your journey.
You're like Mark just said, your positivity going out and your STD test results will be positive coming back. Circle of life there.
Nice.
I don't know about you, Freeze, but I was praising my Lord on Sunday.
What?
Great. Thank you for the update.
Hey, Freeze, can you check your sundial and see what time it is there in Wyoming?
Sun's just coming up, actually, here.
We live in literally the smallest fucking place in the middle of Montana. We're getting
Hey, guys, it's getting late, and Freeze actually literally needs to round the horses up. So probably.
I guess we'll round the horses up here tonight. Here, whoever watches this episode, again, if you're watching audio, please check out Enigma on YouTube, Enigma 2003 or Cutler Brothers Enigma, or I'm not sure how you find it exactly, but check out the film, and you will absolutely be disappointed. I can guarantee you would be disappointed watching that movie. That was it was fun though. It was fun talking about. That was our first attempt at an actual horror film. A lot of things went wrong. I still, my favorite part might be Matt Freeze with the fucking camera bag as his hiking in the cabin. And then that sequence made those. First he had that, and then he hikes with us in, and then 2 seconds later he shows up and scares Marnie, which made no sense whatsoever.
And I think my favorite part, now rewatching it all these years later, is that the character John gets spooked at night and doesn't go back to get his gun.
Yeah.
I like that the most.
Because the producer spent so much money on that prop gun, that's why all the fog was blown out of a cigar into the camera's face.
I like how your thing at the end though, who's real bad guy, because once he actually pulls out his gun, what's he do with it? He kills his girlfriend, he kills his best friend, and then he kills himself.
Yeah.
So actually, yeah.
Gun wasn't super good.
Is this an anti-gun movie?
God. I can't wait till you watch like Hellraiser and that Matt watches on YouTube, the body count of horror movies. Well, Enigma's going to be relatively low because like six people kill six people.
I thinking about Mark and Pat said kind of favorite parts. If I had to say favorite stupid part was near the beginning when I throw the beer to Patrick and he just puts in his coolers. So dumb. But I think my favorite scene, as far as just looked cool, just sticks with me, is when Albert's tearing through that wall as the bloody bag man.
The funniest part is a lot of dialogue I wrote for our first couple of movies or whatever is I'm spoofing. A lot of it is me spoofing actual relationships between girls or boys or whatever. I'm just making fun of the shit out of it. So a lot of that with the dialogue Enigma, and then Bender's breakdown, which I never think I released an actual copy of that. Well, maybe there was a half copy. I might have released. I don't know. But a lot of it is in that film is me spoofing relationships and stuff, and just making a fucking huge joke of it. Because back then I was like, I still believe it now. It's a huge fucking joke that people take relationships so fucking serious when they're like in high school and shit. I still think it's a fucking joke to me. It still is. But Mahomes starting to laugh. I still think it's a joke. You should never marry a girl you meet in college. You should never decide to
like specifically if you're a sophomore and she's a freshman when you meet her.
Hey, you should never take a 19-year-old and move her all the way to fucking Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 2,000 miles away, because eventually you're going to end up by yourself in an Alaskan village in the middle of nowhere.
Funny.
You should have seen that coming, Pat. It's a tale as old as time.
You know what's funny? I ate at the joint the other day. That was my fortune.
Why are you so racist on here?
we start watching the Warden highlight films again, right? So we start with 98. So we're watching 98, and Matt and Marissa and me and Moose are watching it, and Matt's like, Kelly, how old was Marissa during this? And I was like, 9 months. Literally 9 months old. She was like,
oh man,
that is ridiculous. Man,
in those Pampers, she was looking good.
Kelly's like licking his lips, like looking.
We are off the rails at the end here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I pretty much opened Pandora's box here tonight, saying I'm open to every relationship out there, basically.
That was
Jesus Christ.
Like, you've said a lot of shocking things on this podcast. You saying you're open to a relationship is the most shocking thing you've said on this whole podcast.
That's actually a pansexual now.
All right.
It seems like one more good joke and Pat's gonna get knocked out, man. You fading off the camera.
like Mike Tyson punch
it's like Mike Tyson's punch out. Yeah, exactly.
Pat just keeps showing up like this, like barely.
Is the edible kicking in? Jesus.
3, 4, 5.
Get up, damn it!
Come on, Mac.
We've had 2 people disappear off this podcast due to they're too fucking wasted to continue. One was Mahomes. Mahomes was ranting hardcore, and his phone just cut off. He was just drunker than shit that episode. He regrets the day.
Let me guess the other one. Tilly.
No,
had to be.
There's this original founder of the podcast who ended up boycotting me over a Snapchat joke. He was what was that episode we were on? We were on an episode where he was just. So do you know what pink Whitney vodka is, Freeze?
I don't think so.
So what it is, it's like lemonade vodka, and it's the main liquor promotion for Barstool Sports. And it's a hockey liquor, whatever. It's connected to hockey and stuff. It's called Pink Whitney Vodka. Basically, it's 70% proof, so same as Captain Morgan, but you can pour it straight on ice and drink it straight like it's nothing. Like it's that good. So we do an episode, and he shows up with 2. Like we usually do, like maybe 1 bottle and then a beer or 2. He shows up with 2 fucking bottles for this podcast episode. I'm like, are you sure you want to do this? And he has glasses and ice. He's all over the place the entire time. We get 30, 45 minutes into the episode, and he falls off his chair and passes out.
I'll tell you the exact episode that was it was like May 9th or 10th, because I was in Mount Vernon, Illinois on my honeymoon, because Mahoney, me, and Stewie basically finished the podcast.
It was the aliens one, right?
Yeah, I was out of state at that point. I remember that.
Yeah, it was the aliens one. So it was Miss Me and Jay Marsh, and he was there. And I was like, yeah, when he showed up with 2 bottles, like maybe you should leave the other one in the car or something. They was like, no, we're doing 2. And he probably finished at least 3/4 or more of one of those bottles in like 30 fucking minutes. I mean, it was. I have a picture I took of him passed out on the floor, but I won't share that. But
these are the stories that make heroes.
Yeah. The other episode we did a Friday night, and Mahomes drinks on Friday night, and it was a fun ride on that one. But he definitely did not. I had to go back and edit stuff in that one.
It was. I would say like, part of me wants to like pull the episode, and just because I don't like, I hate that there's a recording of me making an asshole of myself out there. Just like anyone wants to listen to it. There's me at my fucking very worst. Hope you enjoy that.
It actually wasn't that bad, man. It really wasn't that bad. It's just the funniest part was the last rant, and then I kept going like, "What does that mean?" And then you say something else, and I was just like, well, "What does that mean?" And then I don't know. Click.
So he's on.
I didn't actually see it, but in my mind, I'm picturing it sounding a lot like when Kelly has been on his rants here tonight, and all of a sudden his internet cuts out. He's like,
So we went through all these fucking topics, like about rich people, cryptocurrency, all these different things, and he gets more rantier. And towards the end, he's just going this big ass fucking rant, and I am laughing my fucking ass off. I think it's fucking hilarious. And he's going into places like, what are you even fucking talking about now? And all of a sudden, he was like,
I didn't know.
He's like, and 13,000 seats, and then he just fucking cuts off.
Yes.
Like that's it. I was like, So that was with Albert. Albert, our brother Albert was on. So we were like, okay. And then Albert and me was like, finally, someone cut him off.
Oh yeah, that was the Albert episode, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
And somehow that's not the drunkest person that's ever been on a Prison City podcast.
That's easily my least favorite episode. I hate it so much.
We should probably round those roosters up, huh?
All right, let's round the fucking roosters up here. So let's go around the episode here. We'll go to final words for Matt Cutler.
All right. Thank you, Pat. Cheers to you, my friend. Nice. Chug it. There you go. Nice. I don't know what you're drinking, but it looks good. That looks amazing.
So your final
sorry,
statement?
Yeah, sorry.
I know. On Enigma.
I cut in my time watching him drinking. Anyway, Enigma was great. Seriously, I think I know it's a lot of jokey, stupid shit at times, but I was watching in a little box down by my in the corner of my computer, and I was like, there's actually some good shit in there, outside of the jokes and Matt Free's bullshit. So there's some good shit in there, and fun podcast, boys. We'll see you tomorrow, I guess, or whenever Matt Free's.
All right, and we're gonna kick it to Mahomes here. What's your final words?
I hadn't seen that in a long time, so it was a lot of fun to watch. Kind of had like memories flooding back about just like even that. We didn't necessarily know what the fuck we were doing, but it was just a lot of fun to do. So that was the main takeaway, and it's just funny to see like our younger selves and how full of life and how disappointing we are all now as adults. That's a joke. It was cool, man. I enjoyed it. I'm glad we did that. I think every episode should just be us watching movies and talking about it.
All right, we'll go to Freeze, your final words.
Well, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it, gents. It's been said a couple times. It's just kind of
hurry up. Sorry.
we laugh about how kind of lame it is, but we're still talking about today because it's kind of a fun thing to go back and even if we're laughing at ourselves, it's kind of fun to do. But like Mark said, it's cool to see your younger selves. We've all collectively gained about a total of maybe 500 pounds since then.
Wrong.
Wrong. God.
Hey, two of the fattest people on this podcast are me.
Hey, look who has the youngest partner in life too.
Yeah.
Law of attraction, man.
Sorry,
Anyways,
Freeze, you're
nice
done.
Words, Freeze.
Yeah. All right.
Cut.
Yeah, I should have had. I wish if I'd have done this over again, I would have had Mike Free show up out of nowhere. I could have done it. He would have fucking showed up too. I should have done that. Instead, I'm gonna tell you right now. I did a Hail Mary to Jace Feldy again. He never responded, so I'm kind of pissed that I reached out to Jace Feldy. He didn't come on. So, Fraser, when you do this for a while, I start to reach out. So what I'll do, I'll reach out to random people that have been on the show before, and out of nowhere, I'll be like, "Do you want to make a surprise appearance out of fucking nowhere? Just show up in the middle of a conversation or whatever." And so I'll send them a link where they'll just kind of fucking show up. But yeah. Unfortunately, Mike Freeze tends to dominate the conversation, so we couldn't have him on tonight. All right, Kelly, let's go to you. Final words here.
I just want to say, Enigma was great. All you aspiring filmmakers out there, if you're comedians or really young like we were, maybe don't start with a horror film or something serious unless you are serious, because it was really hard to keep it together. There was a lot of problems with Enigma, obviously, but I'm going to do a call back to Freeze's first episode with us, and I'll say the biggest problem was this. And that's all I got.
All right, so folks, that wraps up our episode this week. I am now a little bit scared, actually, not from Enigma, but based on what Mahone said, that the most shocking thing I've said so far in this podcast is that I'm actually kind of saying that I would be open to a relationship at this point, which is kind of scary now.
I'm scared for you.
I want to clarify that as like I would say I'm not looking to be in a relationship. I'm just not looking to do what I've done the last year or so, which is ended in
actively not be in a relationship.
Yes, that is the word I'm looking for. Actively not be in a relationship, because all that's led to.
Pat, I got someone who's horny.
God, this is the video version of this has got to be like number one version. Just audio for this. Like, you guys are still listening on audio, you gotta look up the video for this one, because this is the video experience.
Hey Pat, you know someone who's looking for some action? Bloody Bagman.
Like who in town right now would you say would be the actual bloody bagman now? Whose spirit has he possessed now?
Woofy. Come full circle with Woofy being the killer.
I'm about to go dark here, so I'm not going to do it.
I think that's for the best.
Yeah, let's round those hamsters.
All right. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, folks. So next week we're going to take a little bit of a break because Kelly and Matt are going to a rock festival or whatever over in Louisville, Kentucky, and Kelly's actually doing something else too. But next week we worked really hard to do an actual moon landing conspiracy podcast with Mike Freeze. We shot it live at Cutler Brothers Theater. And he's worked his ass off to edit it together. It's gonna be a really fucking good episode. We talk about the moon landing, Redgate film, everything else. So next week, next Tuesday night, we're gonna live stream the moon landing episode podcast. That's gonna be next week's episode, and then the following week we're gonna come back to our regular format here tonight, and do our regular Prison City podcast. But yeah, next week, stay tuned. We're gonna do the moon landing conspiracy podcast episode, which is a really fucking cool episode. It's really, really fucking cool. So anyways, thanks for everybody for tuning in tonight, and we'll see you back here next week for the moon landing podcast. It's going to be amazing. And then after that, we'll go on to the best. But 27 episodes in, been a great ride, and fuck Joe Biden. No, I'm just kidding. God bless everyone. I am open to a relationship with anybody now. All right, let's just end this fucking thing.